Right now, millions of high school students across the country are hearing back from colleges and universities and checking their mailboxes to be greeted with the letter they have been waiting for and working toward for 12 years. As colleges grow and expand, the number of applicants is growing far faster than schools can accommodate, making that letter of acceptance mean so much more. With lower acceptance rates, with many Ivy and upper tier schools dipping into single digits, students are working harder and harder in order to gain access to the best schools in the nation. However, with this joy comes a worry. How will my family pay for college?
Today in America, the average college student will graduate with $28,950 in debt. Here in California, the average student will have $21,382. While it is below average, it is still a whopping number considering that the average American family only made $53,657 in 2014. The strain of debt is something that has only risen in recent years. The average debt was only $16,928 at the turn of the 21st century.
The bottom line is that no young person in America should be priced out of college. They should not be priced out of an education.
With this upcoming election, it is important for the candidates to discuss what they are going to do to help a key demographic, voters who are either in college or who have recently graduated. And they are ones who have the power to help give students easier and more streamlined access to federal aid and make the American dream a reality to thousands more students, both helping the students as well as helping the country. America has been slowly dropping behind the rest of the globe in test scores and job readiness, forcing companies to send jobs to foreign countries. If America can create a better springboard for the lower income families to attend and succeed in college, we can bring jobs back to America and create a stronger workforce for every American employer.
But in terms of education, this is what I think. This is the year 2015. A college degree today, Dana, is the equivalent of what a high school degree was 50 years ago. And what we said 50 years ago and 100 years ago is that every kid in this country should be able to get a high school education regardless of the income of their family. I think we have to say that is true for everybody going to college.
In America, the average price, including tuition and room and board, for an in-state four-year public school is $24,061, whereas the cost for a private school is $47,831. Since the first quarter of 1978 through 2014, tuition costs have risen a whopping 1,225% in America. This massive price tag makes paying for college a very real, very terrifying prospect for many lower-income families. In 2013, of the 87% of students receiving aid, only 45.5% of that aid came from the federal government. However, this is only an average of $4,452 in aid. This can barely cover half of in-state tuition.
Already, there have been conversations at the national level from presidential candidates about this issue.
So today, I want to talk about one of the most important ways we can ease the burden on families, and one of the single biggest ways we can actually raise incomes by making college affordable and available to every American.
However, there needs to be a greater discussion of this. With 46.7 million people living in poverty in America, there needs to be an easier access to these federal grants.
FAFSA, though a key aspect of the federal aid process, is a difficult challenge to navigate through. It opens beginning the 1st of January. However, it requires tax forms from that year, making it difficult for busy families to come up with the tax reports early enough that schools will receive the student's FAFSA for priority aid, usually in mid-February or March.
There are many ways already for students and their parents to lower tuition costs. The aid just needs to be much easier to get a hold of because college is what builds future generations for years to come to be successful.
As students begin to fill out this form and take further steps to get scholarships and grants from private resources, the question of whether or not it will be enough continues to loom. This is why those who are in the race to be the head of the most powerful country in the world need to be addressing the issue of availability to college funds for those who need it most.